It's Mr. Bass, and I am steadily chopping away at these moving boxes. Today's video, swim baits. I got quite a few swim bait boxes here. I'm not sure which one I'm going to open, but there's probably enough here that I'm going to have more than one swim bait video. Okay, let's see what we've got in this first swim bait box. First off, right out the top, the Mike Buka Bull Mullet, 5.5 inches. This color is mullet. Here's the same bait, slow sinking. Herring is the color for this one. Next, I've got the River to Sea S Waver. And I have two sizes here. I have this one here, which is the 200 size. This color is called Party Crasher. And then I got quite a few in the smaller 168 size. This one is Baby Bass. And the S Waver is a really good glide bait that has a very nice, that's why they call it S Waver, S waving motion in the water. It's a really good bait to kind of put your toe in the water if you're wanting to try out swim baits. The S Waver is not pricey by any means. It's very well priced and is a really good one to get in. And then if you go with this 168 version here, they're light enough that you really don't even have to buy any special tackle, as long as you have, you know, a fairly long, heavy action rod like you might use for frogging or flipping or something like that. You can throw these S Wavers on it. This color is called I Know It. So let me show you the difference in the sizes. Here, the 200 series S Waver is 8 inches long, and it weighs 3 3/8 ounces. So if you go with this one, your normal rod is not going to be able to throw it. But if you go with the 168, it's just a little over 6 inches long, 6 3/4 inches, but it only weighs about 1.5 ounces, 1 5/8 ounces. So most of your bigger rods are going to throw this no problem. Let me put them side by side so you can kind of see the comparison in size. You can see the 200 is much bigger. But this is a nice entry-level one to get started, and it is a fish catcher. Let me tell you, really, you're going to catch fish if you just get out there and throw this thing. Okay, a couple of more 168s. This one's called Terminator. This one is New Bluegill, which is what this big one was that I showed you. That's the New Bluegill color. Very nice. And this one's called Pac-Man. I'm an 80s kid, so I like that. So that's the S Waver by River to Sea. Great bait. Okay, here's a swim bait that I really like that doesn't get nearly the amount of love that it should. This is by Savage Gear. I don't know why they do this packaging this way. It's called the 4Play, the 3D 4Play version 4, or the 3D 4Play version 2 is this one. Swim and jerk bait. But this is a multi-jointed swim bait. Has very lifelike colors and eyes. It has a great swimming action, and it's also very reasonably priced in the game. Some guys really like the more custom-made, handmade, one-of-a-kind sort of swim baits, which can get super, super pricey. But stuff like the Savage Gear swim baits and the S Waver that I just showed you, mass-produced, but they're really good baits. So this color's Hitch. This is another 8-inch bait. And then here's a smaller version. And this is hitch as well. 6.5 inches, about 1.25 ounces. So this is another one you could get and throw with your regular rod. Okay, I've got a couple of wake baits here. This is the Attic Annie 175 wake bait. Everything's in Japanese on this, so I have no idea what the color is on this. It's got kind of a purple back, black sides, some chartreuse underneath, a little red around the eye. And this tail's flexible, as you can see. And this one is more of what I would call a table rock color. It's got a purple back, light chartreuse sides, white on the belly. Pretty cool baits. Here's a couple more. Very similar color. I'm not sure. You can kind of see one's a little darker than the other. And then this is kind of a perchy color. Also very cool looking. This is the IU Clone 180 by Kasumi Designs. Really like this paint job on this thing. Very, very cool. Okay, here's a swim bait from Gancraft. This is the jointed claw. And this is the 178, which just tells you how long it is. These Gancraft swim baits have a great reputation. And this is one, another one that you could kind of throw without buying a bunch of equipment until you get into this. Once you get into this, you're going to buy beefier, cooler equipment for sure. Okay, here's another cool swim bait. This is by G-Rat Baits. It's called the Sneaky Pete. 7.5 inches, 2.5 ounces. This color is called Hitch. Very different than that other hitch I showed you. Up to the artist's interpretation, obviously. The same bait in bone. Scented tails. Don't know if a scented tail is really going to help you catch fish or not. And this one is called American Shad. Sneaky Pete. And they have several sizes. I think they call them Pistol Pete, Sneaky Pete, other Petes. Okay, the trace from 6 Cents Fishing. The color is Shad Scents. This thing is 1.5 ounces, and it's 6 inches long. That's what it looks like. I would say I'm not a huge 6 Cents swim bait guy. I've got a lot of others that I like better. And if I remember right, the trace was kind of might have been the very first swim bait that they ever got put in their line. I would say that the trace is probably not the best of the 6 Cents swim baits. Just saying. I think there's much better ones now out there that Milliken and other guys have been working on for a long time. Okay, these are beautiful, beautiful baits by Evergreen International. These are bluegill glide baits. They weigh 3 ounces, 15 centimeters long. This color is called Farm Pond Brim. Crazy beautiful baits. Here's another one called Wild Brim. These things, man, they are really works of art. Okay, I had to take one out just to show you. They are just beautiful. Single joint. You can replace the tail. And that's really important. If you're going to spend a lot of money on swim baits, make sure you get one where they will provide replacement tails, because they're going to get torn up. Very, very cool bait. You got to admit, that is a bait. Really. Okay, so that's the brim slide from Evergreen International Combat Lures. They're almost so beautiful you don't want to fish them. You just want to look at them. How about this? The Working Class 0 Clash 9 glide bait. This color is called Joy Thief. And of course, it's 9 inches long. That's why they call it the Clash 9. It's 4 ounces. And you need to go look at some of Mike's videos on Working Class 0 of him crushing the fish with this bad boy. The tail is removable and it can go vertical or horizontal, the way it is here now. I said Working Class 0. This is actually made by DRT, but this color, Joy Thief, comes from Working Class 0. So just to clear that up. Now this is another DRT Clash bait. This is the Tiny Clash. And it's, of course, much smaller. 6.5 inches. Weighs about 2 ounces, I believe. And again, it's a great little glide bait. All right, here's a little guy, the BioVec Jointed Gill 116. Don't know where I got this. Color is Chartreuse Back Clear Pearl. 4.6 inches long and 1.25 ounces. I got a few rats in here. The Spro BBZ1 Rat 50. This one is white. And here's the same rat in black. They call this color Ninja with the red tail and the red ears. I've also got a Savage Gear rat in here. The 3D Rad black color. All right, then I got a couple of silly baits in here. Chase baits. The Prop Duster. Thing's got like a buzz bait blade inside of it. This looks like frog fur to me. That's why I've never really thrown it. Any of you ever thrown this? Is this thing even worth it? It's 6.5 inches long, weighs 2.2 ounces. This color is red ear. Okay, I got a couple of 6-inch lunker punkers as well. This is a topwater lure. Not really a swim bait. Not sure why it's in my swim bait box. Well, I don't know what color it is. It doesn't say, but there it is. Really big, walk the dog, topwater plug, if you're into that. Okay, and then I've got 3 other combat lures, Evergreen International little joint bait. They call this the ES Drive Evergreen Custom Lipless Joint Bait. There it is. Everything's in Japanese, so I can't tell you the color, anything. Hate that, actually. I could do some digging, but this is just an unboxing, so I'm not gonna. But I got 3 different colors, same bait. A much skinnier, narrower type jointed swim bait. Pretty cool. Okay. Can't have a swim bait box without a few Spro Chad shads, right? This one is the gizzard shad. And this technically is the KGB Chad Shad 180 from Spro. Great bait. This one is bone. This is threadfin. And ghost perch. How about that? Okay, this is a very fun, one-of-a-kind sort of bait by Fish Arrow. They call it the Wing Ducks. And this is a topwater walking style bait. It's got the two wings on the side here so that you can walk the dog. And this is literally a dog. It's a little miniature dachshund. And it has a prop tail. And I thought I would read to you from Fish Arrow's website about this bait since it's so unique. The Fish Arrow Wing Ducks is one of special items created to celebrate Fish Arrow's 20th company anniversary. Wing Ducks was inspired by dog-walking miniature dachshund. We are in a difficult time. Fish Arrow wishes you to relax and enjoy fishing, just like taking your favorite dog for a walk. Raid Japan was kind enough to provide popular Deca Dodge wings for the Wing Ducks. And this is a handsome lure with limited production, only available for celebrating 20th anniversary. It's handmade out of wood. The ears and collar are leather. It is 5.5 inches long and 2 ounces. I don't think I'll ever be fishing with this bad boy, but I think it's really cool. Here's another cool wing style walking topwater bait. This one's by Gancraft. And this is the Joy Crawler 178. This one you can fish, and why not? It weighs 2 ounces and it's 178 millimeters long. I got no idea how many inches that translates to. Looks like it's about 6 or so. Okay, here's another Clash 9 by DRT. This is the crappie pattern. How about that? Very cool. Still 4 ounces, still 9 inches long. All right, these are kind of cool too. These are swim baits by Guggen Squad. The Contender. What's kind of cool about these is these are special custom paint jobs by Jekyll Customs. 7 inches, limited edition. This color is called Shimmer Shad. This one is called Bone Belly Carp. And this one is Trophy Trout. I don't really look to Guggen to get my swim baits, but I couldn't pass up these colors. They're just awesome. Okay, that's going to do it for my first swim bait box. Swim bait box number 1. I've got a couple more of these to do, so we will do those in separate videos. I hope you liked this. Hopefully it was helpful, fun, informative. If so, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, this is Mr. Bass. Happy swim bait fishing!